Hey folks, today I'm going to do a little drive around Pease Tradeport, which used to be known as Pease Air Force Base, and back when I was younger I actually worked out here, but we're coming onto the base and I'm just going to drive through, and when I occasionally will see something that used to be repurposed as something different, point it out. But yeah, we're coming on to what the base was, and this this entranceway where we're coming up to this light was not like this back in the day, back when it was Pease Air Force Base. It was a straight Spalding route 16, and you would just drive, and there was a light, but it was just a straight road, and there wasn't an exit like there is now. And as you come on, the building to the right, that used to be the old pass office, and almost directly opposite where the pass, right about here, is where the guard entrance was, and you had to go through a guard, and the guard would check your ID, or if you had a sticker, a government sticker on there, you would be able to go through. But it's very different. There was a church off to the left here, but that's gone. And most of these buildings that you see here were not here. And off to the right, there were several office buildings that were for accounting offices for the Air Force, but those are gone. So I'm gonna drive up here, and this would be directly heading out onto the flight line if you went straight, which it still is. It's now for the Air National Guard, which you can see the sign here, U.S. Air Force, Pease Air National Guard. And off to the right, which I will actually go down there later, but off to the right is where Peverly Pond was, and that was a recreational area for the people who were stationed here. And again, most of these buildings that you see are all new. Off to the left, there used to be the BX, the Base Exchange. That is gone. It's, like I said, a lot of these buildings are very, very different than what they were back in the day. And I'm talking about the 60s. Well, I guess it went all the way back to the 50s, but 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And out to the right, these were all different. You can see there's old parking lots off on the right, but those were all different. And the commissary, the base commissary, was off to the right here. And my dad actually worked there. He was a foreman. Where these are all like pass offices now and everything, but those were that's where the commissary was, and that's where everybody went to get their groceries. And my dad worked a fork truck there for many years. He was a foreman there. And coming up, I'm going to go straight through, but coming up is going to be where the old base hospital was, and that of course has been repurposed. But this is where off on the left is the old base hospital. And that of course is, I guess now an office building. Most of these places are different, very different. You can sort of tell when some of the buildings that were the original buildings off on the left, that was an original building. Off on the right is a new one. But you kind of can tell the military method of you know, architecture. They're all sort of red brick, but they're like sort of low red brick buildings. And these bigger buildings there, like that one there on the right, that is absolutely a new building. And a lot of this was housing in here. This is no longer, this has all been torn up, and there's Lonza, the pharmaceutical company, I guess. Lonza has really expanded. They started out, it was only like one or two smaller buildings, and now they're very, very huge. But yeah, most of this area here was all considered to be where the housing was, and again, like I said, it's all Teledyne is over there. But yeah, the housing is all gone. And from what I gather, the housing area, there was a lot of contaminated soil. The water was all contaminated here, so we drank the water here for many years when I worked here, but I guess it wasn't real super healthy. God knows. It's like the water at Camp Lejeune. There's the Wentworth Douglas Clinic there, outpatient center. Kind of come full circle here from where I came in at. I'm going to make a right here. Off on the right here, as I make my turn, off on the right, this used to be the NCO Club. I'm going to pull into the entrance. This is called Patty's now. I guess it's a bar and restaurant. But this was the NCO Club, and this was where the front entrance was. It's like they've got it all blocked off there, but that is actually right where the entrance was on the right. Let's see if I can. It's all tree lined, but that was where you went into the club. I can't really get a good picture of it, but it's too dark. But yeah, that was it. So looks like they've actually closed that off completely, and to the right would be where the dining area was, and further back off to the right was actually where they had the ballroom area and banquets and functions. So UPS truck apparently is staying right there. So, but yeah, you can see in the because I actually worked here for a while, and this area right here. This was both the office for the manager of the club, and also for where the bar areas. One of the bars. There were like 3 or 4 bar areas, and actually 4 or 5 bar areas. Each bar area had a different theme, and I'm going to come around here. This here area right here is where this entrance off to the right is where the cooks would go in, and that was the restaurant kitchen right to the right. And again, you can see there still is a patio. That entrance right there, that was just where the cooking entrance was. That's gone now. It's all been changed around. And over here, straight across here, that brick building where it says 30 International Drive, that was where the old Base movie theater was. There was a bank there too, but that was where the Base movie theater was. And I'm not sure, that could be the same original building, but it's all been resurfaced. And out this way, you can see there's kind of a white trailer, and there's a red brick building there. There was a church there, and that was it was a multicultural, multi-religion church that would hold, whether you were Jewish or Catholic or Protestant or whatever your religion was, you could attend services there, and they had them at different times. But of course now, straight across here, where this is where we came in, and I said they had the like accounting offices and everything. Sig Sauer is there now, and they've got quite a footprint in here. So very fine gun company, and they've expanded.